Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap. In front of all of you, I am present in the mid newspaper headlines. So, first of all, why is India reaching out to Latin America? Next, Barks and versus tweets. On page number 2, in that data recap, LIC's gains, Twitter blues, Reliance loan. On page number 3, in that RBI holds steady on rates but pause may not endure. Next, self-regulation intermediary tag for gaming sector. Next, secretary lead panel to review pension for government staff. Next, consumer goods makers set to report margin recovery. Next, startups call for antitrust probe of Google's in-app billing fee. Next, no final decision on import of milk products yet. Government. Next, e-way bills hit record 90.9 MN in March on surge in biz activity. Next, government ties local gas price to global crude benchmark. Next, no need for fourth wax dose. Time to mask up again. Next, Google CEO Sundar Pichai says search to feature chat AI. Next, on page number 4, in economy and policy section, under that JPL promoter cause pay steel makers entire loan against shares. Next, no final decision on import of milk products yet. Government. Next, salaried can switch tax regimes every year. Next, India elected to United Nations Statistical Commission. Next, Indians are cutting back altogether on non-essential spendings. Next, government unlikely to permit additional sugar exports. Next, record wheat output of 112 MT likely in FY23. Food Secretary. Next, drop limit on value for goods export via couriers. ICRER. Next, government to notify fact-checking entity through METI. Next, India rises 5 places to 101 in latest FIFA rankings. Next, organ donation chapters to give fresh list of life to NCRT circle curriculum. On page number 5, in deal tech and startup section, under that Bini Bansal Ventures lead rupees 300 crore cure foods funding. Next, Imarticus buys Hero Mind rupees 60 crore. Next, IDC lowers global IT spending forecast for fifth straight month. Next, IT spending in India to touch $109 billion this year. Gartner. Next, EU Chip Act likely to get green light on 18 April. Next, ChatGPT maker to propose remedies over Italian ban. Next, funding activities sees a resurgence with small and mid-size deals dominating. Next, Indian gamers splurge on in-app buys. On page number 6, in mark to market section, that RBI takes it one meeting at a time. Next, foreigners sell Asian equities in March on banking sector woes. Next, Dabur's domestic biz prospects hinge on rural demand recovery. Next, German industrial output rises more than expected in February. Next, did not get any good plan for NPCI revival. Next, RBI allows pre-approved credit lines for payments over UPI. Next, web portal on unclaimed funds rules for credit scoring cause. On page number 7, in corporate section, that startups calls for probe into Google in-app billing fee. Next, consumer goods makers set to see margin recovery. Next, global user experience rankings for networks soon. Okla. Next, short getaways a hit for Easter weekend. Next, Adani Wilmar revenue rises 14% to rupees 55,000 crore in FY23. Next, online gaming rules provide clarity, will bolster innovation and growth. On page number 8, in corporate section, that no need for fourth wax dose, time to mask up. Next, RBI's surprise move boost markets amid global wows. Next, RBI signal it's now at cruising at altitude. Next, Apple's cash hoard fuels speculation of major acquisition. Next, RBI decides to keep rates unchanged. Next, gas ties gas tied to global crude prices. Next, eBay bills hit record 90.9 million in March. Next, Google search to include chat AI CEO. On page number 9 in corporate section, another at JLR sales grow 24% as chip supplies improve. Next, very accurate, very hidden COVID test. On page number 10 in global section that China plans subsea internet cable to reveal US lead project. Next, Musk sees $14 trillion cost to stick with fossil fuels. Next, world to grow at 3% for 5 years IMF. Next, Macron seeks China's help on Ukraine. XI willings to call Zelensky. Next, on Mint short in that Pakistan moves closer to IMF loan after Riyadh commits fund. Next, DeFi services begin used for illicit transfer warns US. Next, rockets fired at Israel from Lebanon rise risk on conflict. Next, Silvio Berlusconi diagnosed with leukemia in ICU. Next, UK antitrust regulator looks at Amazon's takeover of iRobot. Next, Gupta's wanted in South Africa seen in Switzerland. Intel report. On page number 11 in news wrap section under that, Tata Steel output up at 19.87 MT in FY23. Next, Showtime. A rupees 10 crore buffalo that was bought to an animal fair and agriculture exhibition in Muzaffarnagar, UP on Thursday. बाप रे बाप 10 crore. Next, more than 5,000 new COVID cases in India. Next, Acer enters large appliances market. Next, Vedanta's $19 billion chip making plan at a risk has hurdles mount. Next, budget session concludes. Next, tackle legacy issued in first phase of transformation Air India. Next, Go Digit refiles IPO papers with SEBI. Next, Jindal stainless outlook upgraded. Next, self-regulation intermediary tag for the online gaming sector. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.